Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's the middle of November and this is something of an unexpected video. Usually at this time of year, well, you'll find my cars like this, all covered up here in the barn waiting for warmer, drier weather. But yesterday I received a call from Vosper's, the local Ford dealer. They're doing some kind of launch event for the new Ford Capri, and they asked me if I'd lend them my Capri for a week to put in the showroom alongside the new Capri for this launch event. They can't have seen my video where I shared 10 reasons why the classic Capri is so much better than the new one. I probably won't mention that when I drop this car off today, because I am dropping it off today because I've agreed. Of course I have. It'd be great to see this in the Ford showroom. So I'm going to uncover it in a moment, get it down, probably give it a quick clean. Then this afternoon I'm taking this into Vosper's, putting it into their showroom on display to support with the launch of the new car, which I'm not a big fan of, but I did pop in and see one in Bristol Street Ford in Birmingham a couple of weeks ago. And well, I was pretty impressed with how the car looked. I don't want one, I'm not an EV fan, but I did think the car looked good, it felt good. And actually, if I'm taking this into Vosper's today, they've offered me a drive of the new EV Capri. It'll be the first electric vehicle I have ever driven. And it's fitting that the first EV that I drive is called the Capri. So I'll have a drive of it, but first of all, let's get this uncovered and let's get it out of the barn. So we're off. I've given the Capri a quick clean, but as I say, it came out of the barn nice and clean. And I didn't mention earlier, but Simon is in front with his beautiful low mileage Millennium Puma. And well, that's also going in the Vosper's showroom tomorrow. It's going in next to the new Ford Puma. So this next to the new Capri, that next to the new Puma. They should look great there. I'm really quite excited about putting them in. So cross the Tor Point Ferry, shoot across Plymouth out to Vosper's, and then drive these into the showroom. into the Capri. It never runs quite right when it's down in the red. This car runs better over a quarter of a tank of fuel. I'm just under half now, and it's already running a bit better, albeit I do fancy that I have a misfire on the car today. Not going to matter too much when it's parked in Vosper's showroom, of course, but something for me to look at when I get the car back in a week's time. Yeah, I do fancy it's got a bit of a misfire. Driving right through the centre of Plymouth, following Simon's Puma, so I shall be sure to wave to anyone who recognises and likes seeing the car. This is probably the car I have that gets the most attention, because it's such a rare sight now, and a real iconic hero car, a Ford Capri. Not so sure the new Ford Capri is going to get the same reception when it starts being driven on UK roads, but it's nice to park this one next to it in the showroom. This is not the prettiest Capri, of course. I've said in all of my videos before about this car that, well, the car's been restored to a fairly average standard, and I made that pretty clear to the chaps in Vosper's, but they were mad keen to have it, and I'm chuffed to be putting it into the showroom. So flew through Plymouth city centre, out the other side, onto Vosper's. Hopefully we get to put it into the showroom. Roundabout. Bit of traffic there through Plymouth, but not too bad. Now we're on the way out to Vosper's. The traffic on a Saturday afternoon in mid-November is mad. Look at this. Good grief. Lucky we did that thermostat repair back when I first bought the car, because, well, Capri 2.8 injections are renowned for overheating, but not this one. The needle's lovely, and, well, it's spot on actually, right in the middle of the temperature gauge. Yeah, this car runs really, really well. It's cosmetically average, I would say, but mechanically absolutely spot on, this car. After all, it did that drive, didn't it, up to Simply Ford. If you've not seen that video, please do check it out. But yeah, this car, I'd trust it to drive long distances, I really would. It's cracking. I love this car. I think about selling this car sometimes, but to be honest, sat in it now, how can I bring myself to sell this? Road now. Well, my view of the Puma has been spoilt by an Audi A4, but glad to get through the city centre. A couple of minutes now away from Vosper's. You can see driving past MK Body Shop. I'm sure this car will pay some visits there at some point in the future. But one thing I do think is that drive through Plymouth may have cleared this car's misfire. So every cloud and all of that. Anyway, we'll soon be driving into Vosper's, and let's see where they want to put this old Capri. And here we are at Vosper's, home of Ford, Renault, Peugeot, MG. The MG Simonster may be there. I look forward to seeing that. But here we are. driving into Vosper's. Here we go then, let's put it in the showroom. Simon's already in, looking lovely. With a Capri next to a Capri and a Puma next to a Puma, well, Vosper's just had to have a Kuga next to a Kuga, and I was glad to loan them mine. So we're back at Vosper's to pick up the Capri and the Kuga, but before that I'm going to drive for the first time ever an electric vehicle, and it's a Ford Capri. I can't wait, I'm really excited about it. Let's go. Thank you.
And if you want to adjust the seat, it's electrically operated down the side.
This feels pretty good. How's it feel in the back, Simon?
It's just lovely, isn't it? It's the one we went into town in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll turn this. And no gear change after that at all, just push and go.
Absolutely.
So twist it to drive.
Twist it to drive, yeah.
See, like that. Yeah,
And
that's
then
easy.
when you're ready to go, literally take your foot off the brake and go across the throttle.
I see the heads-up display now.
It's got heads up, yeah. Because this has got the driver assistance pack on it.
Yeah.
So heads-up display is part of that.
But the range on this again is like 380 miles.
Up to 389 miles, dependent upon the model. This particular car would be less than that, be about 370.
Is this a twin motor or the single motor?
This is a single motor.
Single motor.
Yeah.
So performance on this?
0 to 60 is about 6.6.
Yeah, okay.
Give or take a little bit.
Heated steering wheel?
Heated steering wheel is on.
Yeah, very nice.
3 stages with that one. I love that.
Yeah, it feels really good.
What's the 3 stages then? Warm, hot and charcoal?
Yes.
Where do you want me to go in this car? It drives like a normal car.
You've got to go round the roundabout and go back now.
So go left. It's quite clever, the car. We go right here.
Up here?
Yeah. So hopefully it will be clear and it'll give you an opportunity to just a short little burst on the throttle.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the whole thing with electric cars is the instant acceleration.
It's immediate.
Because you're not waiting for turbochargers and all of that sort of stuff to come into life. So literally, yeah, bang.
Good grief.
Yeah. And of course we're 3 adults up,
Yeah.
and yeah, it fairly launches up the hill, doesn't it?
Chris, I didn't want to like it.
No.
I didn't want to like it.
So at the moment you're of course just in regular D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the car will freewheel and so on.
Yeah.
If you flick it into B. Yeah. So just one more twist forward.
Yeah.
You're now in regen mode.
Okay.
So what that's doing is maximising your range.
Right.
So when you come off the throttle, you'll feel like the car is braking.
Okay.
Okay. And it is putting the brake lights on, and it's using the motor in a reverse mode to generate electricity to go back into the battery.
So as I go downhill, I shall feel it.
You will, yes, yeah. The car won't come to a stop. It will go down to about 2 or 3 miles an hour.
Like a dyno then working.
In a way, absolutely, yeah.
Like my
Yeah,
bike.
like your old bike would have had a dynamo for your lights, absolutely. This is a little roundabout here. If we go right, those little boings there, because the car knows where we are, it knows it's a 20 mile an hour zone.
Ah.
So the boings are saying you're over 20 miles an hour.
For the purpose of the camera, it's telling me I'm getting close.
Close, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I see. Well, this steering wheel's nice, isn't it?
It is.
I've always thought a heated steering wheel was a bit pointless until this moment.
If there was one option I was ever allowed to have on a car, that is the only one I'm interested in.
And the car then in this spec with the pan roof and stuff.
Yeah. We go left here.
Yeah. How much is it?
Give or take £53,000.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's some fabulous offers on at the moment. Yeah, to do with servicing, or free servicing for 5 years, 0% finance over 3 years, £1,500 deposit contribution. So there's some strong offer around the car as well.
And I can feel it now braking, and the green bar there.
That's right, the green bar comes across.
So it's,
yeah.
I see, so that's regenning.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when you're on blue, it's when you're taking energy out of the battery.
Yeah.
And on green, you're putting it back in. If we hang to the right here, and we'll go up that hill.
Yeah, great. So I'm still in regen here, so if I
You are,
come
yeah.
back, so I could come back to D?
You could, yeah. But you do that by
neutral,
pressing forward.
Yeah, so full, I see.
So press it again, forward.
Oh, I see. You swap
Takes
it
back-
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
So now the car's in its most powerful setup, effectively. It's not looking to regenerate.
It's not looking to regen, no. And if you wanted,
So why do you have that as an option then? Why is that something that you switch on and off?
maximise your range.
Okay.
But some people don't like the sensation.
Okay, I see. So there's a choice.
Yeah.
You can use the full power.
Yeah.
Heads-up display's nice, isn't it? Oh, it's telling me I'm too close to the car in front.
Yeah. So if you wanted to,
Yeah.
you can go on to adaptive cruise control.
Yeah.
So at the moment we've also got lane centering on. So if you wander to the edge, yeah, then what the car will do is it will push you back. Yeah. Which is a strange sensation to start with.
It's not letting me do it.
No. So it's trying to keep you in the lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can fight it and it will do it.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah. But that becomes active over 40 miles an hour.
I quite like the design of it too, and I like being able to see the bonnet out the front, which is a bit reminiscent of the original Capri.
It is. There are very much styling cues that echo towards
Yeah.
the previous Capri, and that is part of it.
Yeah. Looking out over the bonnet is nice. It's very easy. And,
Yeah.
it's nice.
This presumably isn't leather. Is it not allowed to be leather?
It's
now, or is it
called
some-
Sensatech.
Okay.
So it's a vegan friendly
Yeah.
leather. So it's man-made.
effective though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Still, I take you don't market it as leather trim then anymore.
No. It's faux leather.
Faux leather.
Oh yeah.
Twist it backwards.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then back again.
Yeah. You got camera.
Same as a Transit then.
So the car does have a mechanism in it, a system, whereby if it feels you're getting too close,
Yeah.
it will hit the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean hit the brakes. It's like bang.
Right.
Yeah. You can, and that's a little bit aggressive in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
But you can just touch the throttle again,
Yeah.
and the car will continue. So it shouts at you.
So it stops
and
you.
you tell it to be
Yeah.
quiet, and it keeps going. Yeah. So it's quite clever from
Yeah,
that
yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
Temptation is to put your foot down.
Yeah. There's so much electronics in here that you wouldn't go sideways around there.
Wow.
And the initial takeoff acceleration isn't alarming, but when you get into
No,
mid-range
yeah.
is when it really starts. About 20-25 miles an hour is when it really starts to pull.
Be very different driving the old Capri back.
It probably-
But it's different, isn't it? It's not, you know, it's not comparable really.
It's 40 years of evolution.
Yeah. Or probably 60 because the Ford Capri was fairly alright when it came out.
Yes. You think back to your cars, your classics that are in our showroom. You know, there's over 2,000 moving parts to make that car move.
Mm-hmm.
An electric car, it's about 20.
Wow.
Yeah, so a bit different.
I hope I live long enough to find out how much, you know, what they're like in 10 years' time. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
I think the same thing.
Let's have a positive outlook.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
It would be interesting, wouldn't it, to see? I mean, batteries are the big worry for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get 8-year warranty on the battery. The clever bit about it is it's not one battery. It's actually over 350 individual cells.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same as solar panels work.
Yeah. So if there was an issue with the battery,
Yeah.
the technicians can plug in and say, well, actually, it's cell number 127,
Yeah.
and
Swap that
just
out.
replace that one.
Yeah. Do we know how much a battery is?
We don't.
No.
But then it's 8 years worth of warranty. You wouldn't need to worry about it.
Yeah. But at some point, somebody will.
Someone, yeah.
Now, what do I do now?
On the end of the stalk,
Turn
there's
it.
a button
Okay.
on the end. You've now just put the parking brake on.
Right.
Just started the shutdown process for
Yeah.
the car. When you take your foot off the foot brake, seat belt's off, it'll go into the next stage down.
Oh, so it's doing the reverse of what it
Yeah,
did when I
absolutely. You'll notice on here it's saying to us, do I want to charge the car? Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. And then literally as you open the door and you get out, your weight comes off the seat, the car shuts down.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. And the way I've set this car up is so that when I've got the key in the pocket, as I walk away from the car,
And all them.
it will just lock up.
So you walk up to it,
Yeah,
you sit in, you twist one knob,
And
you
you go.
accelerate and you steer.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And then you just get out and walk
Yeah.
away.
yeah. Ridiculous, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. just leaving Vosper's now in the Capri, the first of the 2 cars I need to bring back. Simon's Puma there behind me, I don't know if you can see it. And I've managed to catch the exhaust, I think, as I was driving out of the Vosper's showroom. Whoa, this Capri sounding loud and, well, not very happy. But we'll drop this one back, then we're going to come back over for the Kuga. So probably feature a little bit more of that drive home and give you my thoughts on that electric Capri. But for now, it's nice to be back in a classic Capri, even if it is sounding a little bit Mad Max rough. So just left Vosper's in the Ford Kuga. It's nice to be back in the Kuga, and I'm so grateful to Vosper's for letting me put the cars in there. The Capri is already back at home in the barn, and it's just been giving me a purpose to get these cars out and to use them during the winter. It's been really nice to say. I'm so grateful to Vosper's for the opportunity, and I'm so glad that these cars were conversation starters during the Capri launch event to bring customers in and to start talking about Fords and their current range. I'm also grateful, of course, to have driven that EV Capri, the first time I've ever driven an EV, and you could probably tell from my face that I really enjoyed it. And I did enjoy it. It was brilliant. It was a great car. It was very comfortable. I enjoyed the drive. You could see myself covering lots of miles in a car such as that. It was certainly quick as well. It felt like a radio control car if you've ever owned one. You know, all of the power, all at once. That initial burst of speed is good fun. Really is good fun. So I liked the car. I really liked the car, and it's changed my thoughts on it, really, the whole EV movement, if that's what it is. Do I think EV is the answer, electric vehicles? No, of course I don't. Maybe it's part of the answer, but it's certainly not the answer to how we're going to transport ourselves around in the future. When I'm sat here now in my Ford Kuga, which I love, I really love this car, and I loved driving my Capri home, even though I knocked the exhaust on it. I need to fix it. I love all of my cars. I'm a car enthusiast. And so I have an emotional connection to these machines. That's why I use the word love when I talk about my cars. Would I love an electric vehicle? Well, no, I don't think I would. I don't think you can. I think that when new car buyers go shopping for an EV, well, they're choosing those cars on three things. They're choosing it on the aesthetics, of course, how the car looks. They're choosing it based on the gadgetry, the technology that's in the car, and the badge. You know, do I want to drive a Ford or a Mercedes or a BMW? That's what they're choosing they're selecting their car on. They're not selecting it on the way the car feels, the way the car drives, the way the car sounds, the way the car smells. All those things that talk to your senses and your emotions. Because all of these EVs, well, they're multi-platform chassis. I mean, that Capri is built same as the Explorer, the Ford Explorer. They're built on a platform which I think is produced by Volkswagen and goes across 4 or 5 different EV manufacturers and models. So you're not choosing it based on the way it drives. You're choosing it based on the badge, the deal, and the aesthetics, I suppose, and the functions, the technology on board. And well, that's not how I choose cars. I choose cars because of the experience of the car. And sure, it was great to drive that new Capri because I was having a new car experience. It smelt new, it felt new. Everyone loves a new car, stepping into that virgin environment that no one has been in before and experiencing that. But that wears off. And then you're left with a car that sure is fast off the lights, but what else, really? This Kuga, to me, well, I just love it. I love the way that the engine performs, its smoothness, the way that it drives. I just don't think I would get that from an EV. So I'm really grateful to Vospers for letting me drive it. I certainly think EVs have a place in our future, and maybe I may own one in the future, which is something I haven't said before, but it will be transport. I have got a bit of affection for the MG Cyberster, so I do fancy going in and driving one of those one day. Maybe that's the EV in my future. Maybe that's the middle ground between having something fun that's EV, something that I can have that emotional connection with. I don't know, we'll see, maybe in a future video, but for now I've really enjoyed putting these cars into the Vospers showroom. I thought they looked great. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do so. And it's been great to get them out and have a purpose with them during November. So thank you to Vospers. Thank you also to you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, this random video that kind of came from nowhere, from a call from Vospers. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do stay tuned to the channel to see more on my cars and everything that I get up to that's car related. And I'll see you on the next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, of course, and I'll see you on the next. Okay, bye for now. Bye-bye.